Dave, can I firstly ask you, why leave?
Oh, Peter, it was a very difficult decision because I really love athletics, but I've just had a young baby, and my wife and I have been involved in athletics for the last 5 years, and I guess we just need to commit to our family now, and being involved in sport management is very much after hours and weekends, and I just felt if I couldn't make that absolute commitment to those times, then I wasn't doing the sport the service that it needs from me.
What are you going to do now?
I'm heading up to the Sunshine Coast to work for Caloundra City Council. I'll be part of their governance and strategy division.
And in your last 5 years at Queensland Athletics, what advances do you think we've made?
I think the sport has come so far. I remember when I first arrived in Queensland Athletics, there was only 2 computers for 3 people. The sport itself had great fundamentals, but there didn't seem to be any collaboration. The biggest thing I think we've been able to do is improve our communication and work together with the people that are out there involved in the sport. And by pulling all that together, it feels like we're really starting to get some runs on the board.
Wonderful seminar you had recently with people from as far afield as Townsville and out west and on the Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast. It was terrific to see everyone actually getting together. It
was fantastic. More and more the Queensland Athletics Board is, now that we're financially stable, is really trying to harness the energy of the people out there in the community. And so we got them together for a club conference, and it was just fantastic. People really want to be involved in athletics, and they're so passionate about it. By coming together, we can all have one clear direction and move forward in the same line. So it was a great move, and hopefully there'll be more of them.
One of the curious paradoxes of athletics is it's the most popular sport at every Olympic Games, and yet it doesn't get coverage when it's non-Olympic years. What can we do to change that?
I think profile is everything. We've got some really big strategic moves on the go at the moment. Brisbane's bidding for the 2011 World Championships. If Brisbane is to get that, then it really puts athletics on the map. Currently we're about 5th in the rung after the Football League, codes and netball and tennis. We need to be able to package athletics better. It's very difficult because you've got 12 different events that can be going on simultaneously, and from a spectator's perspective it's very hard to zone in on people in their individual events. So we need to look at ways that we can simplify our sport delivery and then package and profile and market better.
What's the biggest problem facing Queensland Athletics?
I think it's probably resourcing is our initial step. We need to generate a better profile for the sport so we can in turn attract more revenue, so we can put on more development officers, and so we can run higher level meets and start really generating money and energy into the sport at a local level.
There are 10 Queenslanders about to compete in the World Cup out of 35. Queensland Athletics is in a pretty healthy state as far as competitors are concerned.
Yeah, it's just awesome. And similar figures for the World Juniors recently. We had 15 athletes out of 50, so almost a third of the World Junior team is Queenslanders. The same goes for the World Cup team. We just have a tremendous climate. The coaches in Queensland work very well collaboratively, and people up here, I guess, can train all year round at a high level. And in athletics, when you're right on that very top edge of performance, having the right climate matters, and I think it just goes to show. Also, our venues continue to improve. Queensland has almost 10 international standard venues now, and you can see that the more venues we get, the more performances we get.
And finally, Dave, will you maintain any ties with athletics?
Love to. I really am looking forward to it. I've already been in touch with the Sunshine Coast Athletics Club. And I will look towards coaching. I think initially, though, I probably just need to step away from the sport initially and make sure that I get my work-family life balance going. After that, I think athletics is part of people that stay in the sport, and I feel like it's part of me. So yes, I'll hang around in some form.
Well, whoever it is, I hope he makes as good a coffee as you do, Dave. All the best with the new venture.
Thanks, Peter.